Welcome back everyone to another episode of Let's Play Hegemony 3. And in this episode we're going to do a little more consolidating. I have made finally a decision on the economic choice for slaves, resource production centers versus living quarters. I've decided that anything that can give money in any way, I'm going to use the resource production or living quarters. But things like farms and fisheries, I'm just going to use resource production. Which it'll just make it so my slave population is really high. And if I end up having, which I don't suspect, food problems later on, I can always change it. It does redeem. I will get 100 of the 200 wood I spend back from the resource production centers. Another thing to note is if I can grab one that, here. It takes 200 wood for the resource production, but it takes 400 wood for the living quarters. So that's another investment that I'm making when I choose the living quarters over the resource production. It's an investment of slaves and of wood to make it work. And for the time being, my empire is pretty good on food. I actually have more slaves now, so I can work more of the pure food locations. And not only that, but I haven't been doing these resource production things. Once I get those going, I think we're going to see my food concerns just completely evaporate. Now, one thing I could do if I want to be a little smart about it is spread out the food usage, because like I said, sometimes you have a problem in your empire distributing food, which I'm trying to get around by just setting a minimal food stockpile in all of my cities. However, if that doesn't solve the problem for some reason, and the same thing you can do for wood. So if I knew, for example, that Parma was going to have a lot of upgrades going to the surrounding places, like I want this logging camp to be living quarters, I might choose Parma and select it, the stockpile for wood, and set it to medium, moderate, and just stockpile the wood. And then right as I hit the upgrade, I would turn off the stockpile, because with this stockpile here, the logging camp wouldn't be able to steal all the wood, but when I evaporate it, when I say, okay, no stockpile, the 550 wood that we would have already have stored was free to go wherever, and a lot of that would transfer into the logging camp that needs it. Okay, but I already clicked that, and that, you know what, that's fine. I do want logging camps to have resource production, so we'll go ahead and do that. We have a ton of slaves, so I think I'm going to start putting these slaves to work. We'll send one to this logging camp, which I just had that go there. And I think I'm going to send another up to this logging camp because I think it is time for me to start ramping up the lumber production a little more. Now, just a note, at the end of the last episode, we did conquer Ateste, and we are now capturing some more slaves. So it's at this point that the tables are really turning in our favor, and we're able to get pretty much as many slaves as we really want. Okay, so I'm just looking for farms because farms are better production sources than the fisheries. I want to use all those first. So maybe we'll also make use of this one. But I do want this lumber mill, so let's get somebody going that way. I may end up building a bridge here too. So money has really become much less of a concern. Okay, we have a farm which is captured. Oh, good. So let's go ahead and take the slaves and just put them into Ateste for now. And these guys are just, I think they're just inside of the range of Ateste's resupply range. Yeah, they're good. These guys, oh, okay, so we have 3 colonists in here right now. Let's try to get the 4th one in there, and then we can actually convert Ateste. Okay, it's getting a little more difficult to track all the slaves we have marching around. We have one more here. One of these is on our side. Looks like the logging camp. That's actually good. Now, the question is, I know that this is a marsh. Can we... Huh. It's not complaining about that supply route. That cost 8. What would it cost to be over here? 11. Yeah, okay, let's do that. I'll cancel it for the time being, but I will send a slave down to that lumber. I can imagine this being a supply route from Ravenna to this lumber mill, and this to the bridge here. It doesn't look like I'll need the bridge here, because that would just help with the fishery. So we will eventually make this bridge. Especially, I mean, once we get this lumber mill, it'll be pretty easy for the bridge to be constructed out of the lumber that we're getting from the lumber mill. Okay, so how are we doing? This farm, are you being upgraded? You are. I'm sure right now we have a huge use of lumber. It'll be decreasing a lot because I just made this decision, which means a lot of these farms are being upgraded all at the same time. It's kind of a mistake. It would be better to do the logging camps first, but that's okay. The good news is that the extra food production that we get in the winter from the farms should help us with our decrease of food overall. Okay, so we have these guys captured. Let's send them into there as well. Maybe even we should send the slaves right back out. Oh, we have a different city here. And we might want to send the slaves right back out to occupy the lumber camp. Although, to be honest, it would be much preferable for workers to be in these outlying resource buildings. So we'll probably just do the transfer of workers. Yeah, so we have some workers here. Can these guys combine? No. So we have already enough workers here. Let's, I think we're going to take over this lumber mill next. So let's start moving slaves over there instead. Okay, that should be enough. Then we have slaves. We'll have the workers from here. We'll start pushing them forward. So I'll get these guys to run all the way over to that logging camp. Actually, what I'll do is I'll just put them here so that they're in sight, so that I know to create the supply line as soon as they get in there. Otherwise, I'll forget. So if I just have some units hanging out in the middle, it'll be kind of a reminder. Just like this guy, he's about to establish another 10. Yeah, but that's really nothing. We're doing okay. And this one has now enough slaves. So let's push this guy. I think I want to take over this livestock farm. Although for the time being, I don't have a bridge to capitalize on that. So I'll just move to this mine. Or maybe I should just move to this lumber mill for now. Let's do that lumber mill first, because the supply route from this one is only 4. And that's pretty good. I think I am doubling this one, so we need another set of slaves there. Let's go ahead and do it. Oh, it looks like I already sent a group of slaves there. But is there really anything else for these slaves to do? It's probably best for them to start heading up there. Let's just put them into Parma. They can sit there and we can redistribute the slaves after we figure out where we want them to go. Okay, so we definitely have a lot of units here. Oh, we got our 4. And here it is, colonize. So what you'll see is my current recruit pool is 11 out of 110. But when I colonize, boom, it's now up to 251 out of 110. Now this has been patched, and at this point, I don't need to abuse the mechanic any longer. You've seen it, but it was pretty nice while it lasted. Then you could immediately just turn around and immediately grab some more colonists. I think, could we get 60? So I guess we could get all the ones we just spent. We could get them all back. It's pretty absurd. Okay, well, so that concludes our need to use the old patch. You've seen it, the game-breaking mechanic in action, and we'll upgrade to the next version now, which hopefully will have some other benefits for us, besides gameplay balance or whatever else the stuff is. Okay, so let's see. We can just go ahead and let's just demolish this camp, which will give us about 50 gold for pillaging. I don't see any reason to let them occupy a camp for no reason, so we'll just go ahead and destroy it. Actually, I can go up here and see if we can snag some more slaves too. And I do want to see what Patavium has. Although it's saying I have to go cross over here, I just want to walk over here and see what's over here. Let's actually do something like this. Okay, good. So we got the 50 gold for demolishing that. And how are we doing back here? We're doing good. I didn't send these guys? Okay, let's do some capturing of all these things. We'll leave this guy in defense. We had some defense over here. Let's send these axemen Oh, I don't know. Send them over here. That's where they were originally. But we'll leave the hoplites down here as a defense. Okay, we discovered a region. I guess it was this one up here. Aha. So there's really not that many resources along this peninsula. It does seem like it's best for us to... Okay, let me check out this city before we go away from it. It is a level 5 and it does have a leader. So I wonder if this is their capital. I mean, it's definitely well stocked. Barracks. But no walls, which could make it an easy capture. Maybe I should just rush over and take it. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a bad idea. By the way, how's Adria doing as far as... The recruit pool is a bit low, so I want to make sure I upgrade this training ground. Let's go ahead and do that now. It's an extra 30 gold. The wood is going to be the hardest thing, but since it's so far along the supply chain, I think it'll receive the benefits of that wood last. Okay, good. Then I think that's all we wanted to do here. We have workers. I think everything's good here. So let's just keep merging slaves. What does the testy come with? Wooden walls. Yes, that's obvious. Oh, and it's just about to upgrade too. So we can give it something. I'm not sure if maybe a library is the best decision here. We don't need the money. We could get a slave market, which would really saturate our slave supply. I don't think that's necessary quite yet, so we'll hold off. Okay, well, let's push on then. So if I don't see anything down here, the only... Oh, hey, we can actually capture some more slaves. Well, I'll take it. And there is a little crossing over here. That's good to know. So I'm glad I did a little bit of scouting then. Let's also do a little more scouting over here. Let's see if this mine isn't occupied. I suspect it actually is. And even if it isn't, we want to capture it because we want it as a lookout post until we actually... I mean, it's a good thing for me to actually work with some workers. I think I have 2 coming up, so we'll send one over to the lumber mill and one over to the mine. And our food supply, I do like that it's going to be up to around 2,000 by the time winter hits. Okay. The hoplites in here are no longer doing anything because once Testi has become our city, which another thing that's weird to me is it doesn't reset the population growth. So if you were just ready to upgrade to the next level, it's better to wait, so you have to use one less colonist. We still have 75 here, so we could get another colonist, but that's fine. Oops. What do we capture? The fishery? Ah, this one. Okay, great. So let's take the slaves out of here. Move them into a testy and get those axemen to keep exploring down here. I know that I will want to capture this, so we might as well do something like this just in case I forget about them. Aha, there it is. So let's do this first, and then this. This might even be populated. Oh, okay, so we have an enemy army. Ah, so it's the same old, same old. Let's get our unit to run away a little bit. Cancel our trade line, supply line, which will oh, wow, they're getting serious. 2 groups of hoplites this time. These guys might actually be coming to attack since it's 2 of them, so what I'm going to do is react accordingly. Let's just shift. This way, and this way. And these guys, since there hasn't been any activity over here, are going to shift to cover this passage, which has had plenty of raiders come by. Now, I think I want to get another hoplite out of here. Or is it time just to recruit another hoplite? I think it's time for another place besides Adria to have a barracks, really. But since we don't have that option quite yet, I'm just going to move these hoplites down and put them in skirmish mode so their movement speed is a little faster. Alright, let's see here. Good, we're going to get some more slaves here. This is actually a bridge we want to build, and we can connect Adria back to a testy to kind of complete this loop. I like completing loops. I imagine that it helps supplies get delivered a little faster. Okay, so farm was captured here, and he's capturing that point. And mine was also captured. Ah, that's good. And it did have units in it. Well, I might as well just take these 11 slaves and throw them into here, and immediately create this 11. So the 11 minus 31 still means I'm plus 21, plus 20 for that supply line, and that's good. So let's capture this, and then move down here to resupply, and then move back over here. Perfect. And you're capturing, so I will have some more slaves, and there might even be some slaves over here. So let's go ahead and have Adria connect to this, and we'll build a bridge as soon as we can. Okay, there's been some other stuff which has happened. Nope, just those two. I hear the drums, but in this case, they didn't signify anything. Yeah, so these guys mean serious business. We'll go ahead and put the workers back in there since, well, they're not being engaged. But that is a pretty hefty unit. A pretty hefty group of hoplites. Let's see what they have. This one has phalanx and medic, or just so that's just the medic upgrade. But that's a good upgrade. And this one also has medic. Okay. Well, this wouldn't be the worst time for Ravenna to get some wooden walls. Oh, and it turns out that maybe they're headed this way. I'm just going to get these slaves out of here preemptively, because I wouldn't want to lose slaves, and they might be headed that way. Are these guys moving in phalanx mode or something? No, they say they're moving in skirmish. Okay, well, we'll just keep an eye on that situation developing in the south. Oh! And the Insubres have decided to capture a camp rather close to us. It's a little worrisome. Let's get our hoplites to react. And we should have... We do have axemen in the area who can come support. Good. Okay, the colonists we have to leave there for now. Slaves. Do we need any more slaves? We have so many slaves. Merge some. These are good. Okay, slaves there. Oh, good. So we're starting to complete the resource production centers. That one's not quite done. Neither is that one. Okay, here's the Senomani. Okay, so maybe this Mantua is actually not part of the Venetians. I mean, we're starting to get a lot of different colors here. We got the browns, the Venetians. Now we have the Insubres. And then we also have these Senomanis who are also Gallic. Okay, I'll have to be a little careful. And they have a full bridge here. I'll have to send this guy back as soon as he's done. Okay, let's make that supply line so we get some wood. I'll have to send him back because he will be out of food and then his morale will drop. It'll be easy prey unless we're careful. Okay, we move that guy back. Skirmishers are these hoplites are taking a little longer to get here than I hoped. These axemen too. I could really afford just to get another unit. Let's take a look at my assets again to see who's home based where. Now I'm going to sort by home base, and I'm going to remove non-combat units. So now I can basically see where my damage is going to be. Where are the cities that will be depleted? And I also have here the cities themselves, and it'll show their recruits. So I can see that Felsina, my original starting place, has full recruits. It's ready. It might even be ready to upgrade. Is that what this... I wonder where the population is shown. Let's go to Felsina, because I think Felsina was just about... No, it's nowhere near. Okay, that's good. So on this asset list, does it show anywhere the population? It doesn't. Well, that's okay. Oh, maybe it shows it further to the right? No, it just shows the city level. Okay, well that's fine. Well, it shows us enough. So we have 2 axemen are from Felsina. We have 1 in Ravenna, 1 in Spina. But the hoplites obviously all have to be from Adria. But at the same time, Felsina's really, it's ready to recruit another unit. So let's just go ahead and do that. I think I really feel like I'm done with the axemen. They've served their purpose. Yeah. Okay, so Felsina, I'm going to have Felsina get a switch over to, as soon as they get the next upgrade, they'll have 3 on the bottom here. You can see 3 or 4 upgrade slots. When they get the next upgrade slot, I'm going to cancel the market. I'm going to switch to the barracks recruitment center combination. But for the time being, I don't think I need to recruit an extra unit. Okay, let's see, hoplite and 2 axe. Okay, I think I will, just to be safe. Oh, okay. Actually, I'm going to try a different trick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to recruit a colonist. I'm going to have this colonist go to Adria. And I'm going to supplement Adria's recruit pool with Felsina's by disbanding this colonist in Adria. And it should return the recruit pool to Adria. And with that, I should be able to build an extra hoplite. It's a little tricky, but I think this works. Aha, so we also have another enemy unit here. Hoplites. They don't have anything special. What do we have here? We have Javelineers. Let's go to skirmish mode and attack these guys. And with the slaves I have in here, let's just hold off for the moment on the slaves in here. We'll combine them inside of this farm. And I'll move them back as soon as we deal with these units and then with those. Okay, load food so you don't have any problems. Alright, so we have quite a few things going on at the same time here. That's okay, we'll make do. There should be this new hoplite unit. Let's get him down here. I mean, we currently don't have any vision of where those guys went. It would be nice to have Ravenna with wooden walls, but I think to move to Ravenna, they'll have to pass by this stuff. They should come in range of my hoplites to do that. Okay, we defeated these guys. That was pretty quick. Let's make sure to capture them. It won't let me actually look at the defeated unit. What I want to know is what's their speed. But it doesn't show, so it's kind of sad. Okay, let's go ahead and distract this unit then, so that our slaves don't get annihilated. Looks like they're going to run away. That's really sad. Okay, these guys are going to capture the mines, so for now we'll just hold off. Can I catch up to these guys? It's just weird to me that slaves... Well, I guess they're just defeated units, but... Let's make sure we are... Oh! So these guys are retreating because they're out of food. Okay, well, fair enough. We'll go ahead and reestablish the supply line then. And make more money. So all the changes we've made here have cost us quite a bit of money. We're down below 100. Looks like we're going to hold off here, and these guys are just going to keep running. That's a shame. This is the reason why I do like to pick a faction that has, like these guys, this speed upgrade, plus 10%. Because it's so hard to catch things in this game. Okay, let's cancel this supply line. And we'll merge these guys, take this one slave and move him back over here. Okay, these workers are ready, so let's send them here. And let's get this guy ready to work by sending him here. And let's just move this guy back here. You know what? I might as well make this supply line for the time being. When we decide to defend the mine, we can just, okay, just forget him. They have conquered it, but we might as well go and retake it right away. I don't think they care. I think the main point for that was they wanted to capture slaves, but since I left, no such luck. Alright, this guy's back. Alright, let's go ahead and demolish this camp. Capture this, and then move back again. Lots of slaves here, right? Okay. So we can have these workers move forward. Anywhere risky? Ah, okay. Well, let's reconnect this. And wood is definitely running low. So I would like to upgrade more wood supplies. Ah, this guy, he's just not doing anything. Let's get the slaves over here. Check and see if that is ours. And start building a bridgehead here. Good. Well, it's nice to see that they ran out of food getting all the way up here. So we can put these slaves, well, I think it's still a little risky putting slaves in here, but I would prefer workers. Where else do we have workers, though? I think we've mostly succeeded in trading all of our workers. Ah, we have workers here. Great. So let's send that guy down here instead. And where else would workers be needed? Anything exposed over here? Is this a vineyard? I definitely do want to get a vineyard. I wonder... Okay, let's move this worker here. I suspect that it won't let me capture that because there's actually people in there. So because this guy retreated, I'm going to go ahead and pursue this retreating unit again. I don't think I'll capture him, but the idea here is just to take over this vineyard. Kind of see what's down here too. Okay, capturing. We do get some more slaves out of that. That's wonderful. I mean, things have really settled down, right? We feel very much in control with over 100 gold per week as our income. We have another set of hoplites. Did these people arrive yet? No, not yet. But these colonists will end up giving Adria a bigger recruit pool because it's currently depleted, entirely depleted. They were able to get their level 2 training ground. Oop, we have another enemy sighted. Aha, so they weren't happy. Okay, let's see what does this one do. This one does plus even more recruitment rate and even more experience. Well, I have no complaints about that. I think it's going to cost another 50. Yeah, another 50, but it's worth it. Adria is my military powerhouse right now. Let's move this guy down. We can't move. Oh, it's a whole group, so let's cancel this guy's unit movement. We're going to need him up here after all. This is ready to upgrade, and we have a lot of colonists we want to lose. But since we're almost up to 30 minutes, I'll go ahead and call this video to a close here. Plenty going on now. We're being attacked from the south, from the north, from the west, and luckily for us, the pirate ships which are attacking from the east are bugged out, so we don't have to worry about them. But all other directions we have to worry about. But that's fine. That'll make things really exciting. So good. Well, thanks for watching this one. I'll see you guys in the next.